2024, the Falcons finished 11-18 this past year. They won the Calvert Hall Christmas Tournament, beating Washington Post ranked number 12, Eleanor Roosevelt, in the championship game. Also in WCAC playoffs, they beat Carroll in the play-in game to advance to the quarterfinals of the WCAC. Falcons returned 4 starters from last year's team. In 2014 and 15, the good Counsel Falcons finished 8th in the ultra-competitive WCAC, which is considered by most one of the best conferences in the country.
Well, this should be a good game. I think the Ravens have some pretty good size in their front court. That could give the local team, Good Counsel, a bit of problem. Nice look inside, deflected. Here come the Falcons.
Falcons come out in his zone defense and pick up the turnover right away.
Falcons very deliberate here, looking inside. Jumper by Nick Giddings, a little short.
Going coast to coast. Couldn't get it to go, Silverio.
That's Cam Norman taking the ball up, deflecting it off the foot of a Falcons player, Ravens player. Let's see how the Falcons attack the inside press. As you said, Scott, they're down in that zone. Let's see if the long jumper for 3, no good. Transition ball by the Ravens, setting it up. Back to the top. Long 3, no good.
Little too much oomph on that ball run, right over the top of the rim.
Yeah, Sidney Wills had a good look, but just couldn't convert it. Cam Norman, nice shot, it didn't fall. Both teams starting a little slowly today.
Little early jitters.
Well, it must be tough playing the late game. You're watching the 3 other teams. You're getting anxious, ready to go. Maybe you come out a little bit too anxious, trying to make something happen. Falcons back, and it looks like a 2-1-2, right, Scott?
Yeah, and so far they've already had 1 turnover, forced 1 turnover.
Long jumper from the corner from Isaiah Washington does not go. Transition ball, nice look to the left side. Strong move. Number 22, Tyler Baller. That's a good transition, way to finish it, huh? Nice look and finish strong. Great dish by Brian Adams.
A big slam dunk by Sidney Wilson with authority.
You have had some of that look, have you? That's a great feel. You work hard, give it to the big man, let him finish strong. Attacking this zone defense quite deliberately. Long jumper off the front of the rim. Here comes transition. Falcons pushing the ball. Tipped out of bounds. And, Isaiah took that long shot. What do you think about that against the zone this early in the game?
I think the Falcons are going to be content to let them keep launching those threes. There's been nothing anywhere near the net so far.
And when you're in that zone, easy. Great three-pointer by number 10 for the Falcons, Chris French.
Chris French gets the splash. That's how you shoot a three-pointer.
2-3 zone again by the Falcons. It's been effective.
The Ravens can start hitting some threes. They might have to start covering them out there, but until then, they're going to let them have those looks.
Well, I mentioned at the start of the game, Scott, that the Falcons have some inside presence. Right there was shown, and that's the way you probably want to defend it with the zone. But if you can break down like the Ravens just did, easy bucket for the big guy.
Brian Adams ending up with a nice look.
The kids today are so quick in their dribble drive penetration. It makes it tough. You got to move your feet even if you're in that zone. Here's a perfect example of it. Breaking down the defense, quick pass, easy bucket. Falcons now pass half court. Right wing. Solid man-to-man by the Falcons. Ravens calls a turnover. Isaiah with the ball. Up front. Passing along the perimeter. Long jumper by 20.
Another one, barely grazing the rim.
Omar Silverio gave it a shot. Oh, nice recovery by number 33, the big fella. Lydell Jefford. Lydell hit a nice jumper there.
It's a nice shot by him. That's the first good-looking outside shot we've seen, and it comes from the big man.
You saw some defensive prowess there by the Ravens. Their height deflected that ball. Easy transition basket. Couldn't convert, though. Checking in for the Falcons, number 32, Tario Arocha. All right, look, a little zone pressure here. What do you see, Scott?
Looks like it's going to be a trap zone press.
Yeah, it looked like a 2-2-1.
Didn't catch the Falcons off guard, and they got the ball across the midway line without too much trouble, Ron.
That's a sign of good coaching. You don't panic. You practice this. You come out in a big tournament, kind of an early season tournament. It's good to see some execution against a 2-1-2 zone trap.
And that press can be a double-sided blade because you break that press, it usually ends up in a layup at the far end.
Norman to the corner. French.
Good backdoor cut.
Norman couldn't convert it. Here come the Ravens. Transition. Oh, nice look. Nice no-look pass by Omar Silverio. Great look.
Great no-look pass, and Sidney Wilson alert and being ready for that good pass.
It is. You got to know your teammates, and he just did what the coaches say. You run hard, fill the lanes.
Had his hands ready for that ball.
Hits the first free throw.
A lot of times a great pass like that, you can fake out your own teammate and end up with a turnover.
Again, we talked about good coaching, breaking the press for the Falcons. That's a good coaching on your transition ball. Be alert on the wings. It's coming your way. This is the second one. Sidney will do better next time. Oh, good job breaking the press. Chris French hits the jumper. You break the first wave of that press, guy. What happened?
Chris French with the nice pull-up, wide-open look from about 12 feet out. That should be two every time.
That's the reward you get for breaking the press. Ravens now, again, attacking baseline. Great move by Sidney Wilson.
Good quick move by Wilson. Caught French looking the other way. Got him on the baseline. Oh, I'm surprised by that blocking call.
Tyler Baylor took it strong to the hole. I was leaning your way, too. I thought maybe a little bit of a charge, but we'll give Tyler the benefit of the doubt.
I thought Wilson had established himself, but that's why we're sitting here not wearing the stripes out on the court there. I'm Ron.
Or the coach's ties. All right, check it in for the Falcons is number 3, Dom Eziani. Tyler Baylor shooting 2. It's 2:44 left in the first period here at the Gonzaga DC Classic. Good Falcons. Good Counsel Falcons against St. Raymond Ravens. Score is tied early in the first period. 2:33 left in the first, I should say. The Falcons, Scott, they've been packing this zone so far the entire first period.
They're sitting in that 2-3, giving them the threes, and nothing's dropping.
Isaiah Washington missed that one. It's a good look, though. I say keep shooting that. Chris French down to the baseline. Tyler Baylor misses a
Well, and if you're
jumper.
the Falcons, keep giving it to them, too, because nothing's going.
Oh, great transition. Good defense. Here come the Falcons. Eziani just back in. Strong.
Wow, great quickness and sky ability to the rim. Little man.
Dribble drive again. Attacking that zone with some tenacity. Number 22 for the Ravens, Claudio Nenzi. That's some aggressive play against what's typically a zone. It's supposed to prevent the penetration, Scott.
And they're getting it to the hole. I'll tell you, I'm still thinking about that Dom Eziani quick move to the rim.
First shot.
They've got him listed at 5'10". I think that's generous, but he was right up around the rim for that layup.
James Ballet coming in for the Falcons, number 20. Nemzi nails the second one. 1:45 left in the first period here at the Gonzaga DC Classic. Thank you for visiting us. We welcome all the fans from around the Beltway in Maryland and all the fans up in outside New York City, the borough of the Bronx. Chris French in the corner getting some double coverage. Good look inside.
Steps.
Tyler Baylor, I'm not sure what the call was there. I missed that, Scott.
Coach is not happy with that call. They called a travel down there.
Oh, I would agree with the coach. It looked like Tyler was just backing in, trying to hold his position. Still in the 2-3 zone for the Falcons. The Ravens have done a good job. Dribble drive penetrating. Good example
nice
there.
Floater, just couldn't get it to drop.
Here comes Dom Eziani with the ball. Good long hands, long arms.
Way to stay with it.
Oh,
Oh, another block call.
James Valley taking it strong to the hole.
Coach having a few words to discuss the finer details of that last foul. The ref.
All right, Mr. Baylor hits that one. I'm sorry, Mr. Ballet.
4-point ball game with 46 seconds left in this first quarter.
You know, they've given up on the three-point like you were saying, Scott. Now they're going with dribble drive, and as soon as I say that, what happens?
Another one from downtown, another clunker off the back of the rim, Ron.
Dallas Watson wanted to prove me wrong, but he missed that one. It was an open look, but downtown didn't make it. Transition, nice steal by Sidney Wilson, coast to coast. Couldn't convert. Here comes Cam Norman, surveying this tough man-to-man defense. They got a lot of length on the Ravens. 10 seconds left. Chris French. Back.
Get that shot off.
2 seconds left. It's blocked. There you go.
Good defense.
Yeah. Wow, we talked about the long reach of the defense. Very good first period after one. It is 14-10 in favor of the Good Counsel Falcons. You know, this is the 27th year, Scott, of the DC Classic. I know I've been involved. I had a senior graduate last year, so I've been involved for the last 4 years. You and I both have sophomores attending here at Gonzaga. We're very fortunate in that regard. All the money raised in this tournament helps fund the service projects on which our sons and all the high school boys here at Gonzaga attend. It's part of learning to be a man for others. It's walking the walk. Where are some of these service projects, Scott?
So, a lot of great opportunities to serve here at Gonzaga, become a man for others. There's the Father McKenna Center, a drop-in center for homeless men, located right here on our campus. And also the freshmen do play chess with the Washington Jesuit Academy. And they also prepare and deliver meals through campus kitchens.
Well, we'll talk more about these service projects, but you said something. There's one on campus here. There's one all the way in Guatemala. So it's literally a worldwide effort.
It really is. It's a fantastic opportunity for our boys.
All right, we're starting the second period here. The Falcons are up 14-10. Getting a lot of
trapped in the corner.
Chris French, a lot of pressure. Wow, really good double team. I like the way they didn't swipe the ball. Just he kept their hands high, boxed in Mr. French in the corner.
Got to keep that ball out of the corner. If you're going to get it there, you better launch it or pass it right away. You get that trap, you're in big trouble.
Tyler Baylor, right side. Give it go.
Oh, and the turnover.
Well, Dom Izania.
Little miscommunication.
Yeah, Don Iziani. Not the best pass. Trying to make something happen. Falcons in their 2-3 zone. Oh, good look inside.
Washington trying to get the alley-oop in there.
Eh,
Ends up banking the pass. We'll give him the assist on that one, Ron.
Yeah, you're very generous, Scott.
Yeah. I know you got to call bank on the 3, but on the assist.
Guess the bank is open here at the deck. Oh, great transition. Look, and finishes
put
strong.
It down, big man.
That's Sidney Wilson, two-hand jam. Making it happen here on a Friday night in the nation's capital. Bringing his team, tying the game at 14. 6:50 left in the second period. This looks like it's going to be a good one going down to the wire. French, a long jumper.
Downtown, French
Nothing.
Splash.
Nothing but net.
That's his second three-pointer of the game, Ron. 2 for 2 from downtown.
I tell you what, he went up strong, eyed it, nothing but net.
That looked like an NBA 3.
The Ravens taking their time again, attacking this zone. They've had success on the dribble drive. Not as much success, Scott, with the three-point shot. Nevertheless.
Call that no success with the three-point shot, Ron.
Well, Sidney Wilson is going to keep shooting until he hits one, I think. Falcons with a 3-point lead. 6 minutes left, second period. Inside-out game. Eziani.
Oh, we got a hurt player on the floor.
The refs see it. Let's hope everything's okay. Looks like he caught an elbow in the.
Looks like he's holding his nose.
When we can get his name, we'll let you know who it is.
Can't quite see who it is from here.
Could be Claudio Nimzi. It looks like 22. No, I'm sorry, it's not Claudio. He's over by the coach. Timeout here at the action. Welcome to the Gonzaga DC Classic on Friday night here in the nation's capital on the campus of Gonzaga College High School. Player looks all right. I think that was Omar Silverio.
Nice round of applause for the young man as he gets up and makes his way off the floor under his own power.
5:53 left here in the second period. The Good Counsel Falcons have a 3-point lead over the St. Raymond Ravens, who are trying to figure out how to really attack this zone successfully.
They got to keep going with the dribble drive, and when they've gone to the rim, that's when they've had success. When they're content to sit back and launch these threes,
Well, they got the big
until
fella.
somebody gets hot, that ain't working for them.
Well, they got the big fella, Lydell Jefford, down low, number 33. There you go.
That's more like it. Get in there and get that 15-footer for two. Washington with a nice-looking shot.
Isaiah, I guess this team may be accustomed to shooting the threes. They're only down by one. 5:15 left in the first. Falcons moving the ball. Oh, wow.
Got a little greedy looking for the dunk there, Ron. Lay it off the glass and get your 2 points.
Well, that was Tyler Baylor. You know, he got his own deflection. I'm impressed with the Ravens' long reach on defense. They've had several deflections so far.
Yeah, they have.
Been able to turn it into some type of transition. Mr. Wilson up high. Skip pass, back up top. Nice ball movement by the Ravens. Isaiah Washington trying to break it down. Like you said, turnover.
Good steal by the
Chris
Falcons.
French.
No basket transition. Offensive rebound.
All right. James Valley a little long, but good offensive rebounding. That kills you as a coach, Scott, when your defense gives up a long jumper, but you can't get the defensive board.
Nick Giddings doing a good job being in position, getting that ball, and just couldn't put it down for the make. Now he's got to work a little bit harder for it from the stripe.
Well, he earned these two shots from the free throw line. That looked pretty good.
It's a nice stroke.
4:32 left, second period. Nick Giddings on the line, trying to finish up his second of 2 free throws to give his team a 3-point lead. He does so. 19-16, Falcons ahead. St. Raymond's in the hands of Isaiah Washington. To Brian Adams again. There you go, down low to the big fellow, Jefford. Nice jump hook.
A nice turn with a nice touch by Jefford.
I think good hands on the catch too. If that works, I want to see what happens next time back.
Yeah, that ball had some mustard on it coming into the paint, Ron. Speaking of mustard, if we can get someone to bring a couple of hot dogs over here for Ron, he's looking a bit hungry.
It's been a long day, but it's a labor of love here at the DC Classic. Great basketball supporting good work.
Well, Ron, you may or may not have gone to Gonzaga College High School, but you are indeed a man for others.
Thank you very much. Nick Giddings with the putback. We were talking about the value.
That's how it's done, Nick Giddings. He got the rebound and he put it right back in.
And they set back up. Falcons in their 2-3 zones, been very effective. Sidney Wilson, left side. Back up top. Good ball movement by the Ravens. Looking for great
And
shot.
there it is. The lid is off on the three-pointers for the Ravens.
Isaiah Washington may get something going here with 3:23 left in the second period. We are all tied up thanks to Isaiah Washington's 3 from the far right-hand corner. 21-21. Thank you for listening and watching with Scott Troxel. I'm Ron Jakes. This is the DC Classic, the 27th annual Gonzaga DC Classic. In blue, it's the Ravens from St. Raymond out of the Bronx, New York. In white, good Counsel Falcons from around the Beltway and Olney. Good work inside. Brian Adams.
Strong offensive rebound by Adams and a good putback.
Good look inside. Claudio Nemzi couldn't quite finish, but he was fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
That's all he could do to get up and make the catch on that pass. I don't think he had much left when he went to put it in the hole.
Yeah, unlike our first 3 games this afternoon and early evening that have been pretty much blowouts, this one is as tight as can be. 2:49 left in the second period. The Falcons down by 2. 21-23, a second free throw coming for number 22, Tyler Baylor. Gets the second one. Little full court press, Scott.
In the press, but the long pass. Good follow.
That was Terrence Trice with a short jumper. He missed it, but got his own rebound. That's, following your own shot, right, Scott?
Ravens have gotten a number of offensive rebounds off following their own shots. Could be the difference in this ball game at this point.
Oh, good jumper there. Jefford missed it, though. Good inbounds pass. Gettings with the rebound. Left side. Back to Gettings. Oh, good work.
Great pass inside to Gettings.
Yeah, I want to get Tyler Bale did a great job. Saw the big man cutting. That's some fundamental basketball. Pass it from the wing to a cutting guy coming from weak side across the lane. Good coaching, good execution. And Nick's back at the line for two.
Continuing to move toward the basket and getting rewarded for his effort.
2:31 left in the second period. Nick Gettings with his first free throw has tied the game. Tyler Baylor's in, number 20.
Count them
I'm
both.
sorry, that's James Valet. Isaiah Washington, he's apparently the quarterback, the point guard for this Ravens team. High pick by the Ravens, nothing. Jefford off to Trice. Nice pick by Jefford. Oh, good cut.
Nice cut to the hoop.
Good offensive board. Dominance on the board by the Ravens.
The offensive rebounds is what's keeping the Ravens out front in this ball game by a point with a minute 53 left.
Dallas Watson was a great rebound there and coming right back. James Valet for the Falcons.
James Valet with the answer.
They're back up by one with 1:40 left. Ravens now attacking this pretty tenacious 2-3 zone. Inside out play. Can't convert.
Oh, pack your bags. He let him go on that one.
Lydell Jefford did everything but put in the hole. There's Gettings down low. Oh, slid that pivot foot a little bit.
Coach is a little bit hot. It was a travel at one end, didn't get called. Same travel at the other end, did get called.
Well,
not going to catch them all, Ronnie.
Yeah. Jefford, I think he was a little torqued, missing the easy lay-in on the left side here. Came back. I think he may have bumped Gettings a little bit down in the post. We're set again. It's the Ravens up top. Trice to Adams. Left side. Number 14 is in. Nicholas Rivera for the Ravens. Dallas Watson will be shooting two for the Ravens from St. Raymond in the Bronx. Trying to tie this game with at least one free throw. There it is. 26-26, 1:13 left in the second period. A lot of substitutions coming in.
That's the second time tonight Dallas Watson has caught that ball in the corner and just sliced his way along the baseline to get to that rim.
And against this pretty effective 2-3 zone, he gets kudos for that effort.
He's really quick. The defense has got to get a foot on that baseline and turn him back toward the middle.
Here's the 2-2-1.
Easier said than done.
2-2-1 press by the Ravens, easily broke. Taking it hard to the hoop was Cam Carter, could not convert, coming back the other way. Terrence Trice running the show now.
Under a minute to go in the half.
Nicholas Rivera puts up a
Long
short jumper.
two.
Can't make.
No good.
Oh, I think Chris French was looking for that three.
He was thinking about it, Ron.
We both saw that little shooter's look. There it is.
Downtown, French so close.
Oh, Gettings
with a nice steal from behind.
And yes, the conversion by Cam Norman to give the good Counsel Falcons a 1-point lead.
Good defensive play by Gettings. The big man stealing the ball from the guard.
Yeah, a little sloppy by the Ravens. They're holding for one shot. The shot clock is off. We're down to 15 seconds. Ravens down by one, 27-28. Terrence Trice running the show. Off to Claudio Nemzi. Left corner now. Slice and dice. Nice drive on the baseline by Brian Adams. really quick. We've seen that a couple of times.
They continue to allow that baseline move.
So Brian Adams, 1.5 seconds left. Down by 1 here in the second quarter. Shots up. It's good. We're all tied up. 1.5 left in the second period.
Brian Adams at the line, and no, folks, it's not the summer of '69.
Misses it. We're all tied. Long shot.
But there was the whistle. Violation. He's going to get another look at it.
Let's see if they reset the clock. Yes, they did. All right, so lane violation by good counsel. That drive a coach crazy.
Kudos to the clock man making that change right quick.
Brian Adams misses it. Long rebound. That'll come up. Can the top of the stadium get a block?
Knocking some dust loose. We're going to have to get the kids out there with the broom.
All right. An excellent first half of basketball. As you know, the motto of our tournament is great basketball supported good works. We saw great basketball the first half. 28-28. Good Counsel Falcons tied with the St. Raymond Ravens. You know, the works, part of the great basketball good works, in large part due to a lot of our sponsors. I would like to name a few, Scott.
Why don't you do that for us, Ron?
That would be great. Holiday Inn. We like Holiday Inn. You know, I've stayed at Holiday Inn Express, and I feel so much smarter.
Really, I was going to ask if you had, because you're really blowing my mind with your call on the first half so far, Ron.
It's
very
good.
impressed.
Washington Hilton, not to leave the other guys out. Expect more from Washington in D.C.
Largest ballroom in Washington, D.C. At the Hilton.
We have SDA, assisting clients develop communications and legislative strategy. Could be a tragedy. Could be a tragedy if this tragedy doesn't work out.
I don't know if this is a comedy or a parody. Maybe it's a tragedy, Ron.
Buyer Auto. We have, of course, Palm Facility Services. Lance Ford dedicates a lot of his time bringing this tournament together. So from Scott and I, Lance, thank you very much. But Palm Facility Services does a great work. If you have a commercial building, contact Palm Facility Services.
Really well run. If he runs his business like he runs this tournament, you can't go wrong.
Absolutely. Cushman and Wakefield. PepsiCo. I could use a Pepsi right now.
I got one in front of me.
Fantastic. Paul and Diana Bagala with Hat Creek. Thank you very much for your support, Paul and Diana. The Sheehy Auto Stores. You know, I know Paul's has sons going here, and of course here at Gonzaga, the theater is named after the Sheehy family. PIW, the Psychiatric Institute of Washington. I can tell you, with some of these offensive rebounds, some of the coaches tonight may want to check out the PIW. Thank you, Psychiatric Institute of Washington, for all your support. The Barking Dog Bethesda, an excellent bar and pub there in Bethesda, Maryland.
Don't give them a shout out, give them a woof out.
There you go. Something to bark about.
That was terrible.
The Crowell and Mooring proudly supports the DC Classic. Speaking about great bars, Black's Bar and Kitchen, Go Eagles, an excellent restaurant group here in the nation's capital. You know, these monies, they go to support a lot of our service projects. We had talked a little bit about them. My son, who's graduated last year, had the privilege of going out to the Dakotas, to Native American reservation there, to walk the walk, basically live for a week, 10 days with youth of his age, understand the problems that community has with alcoholism, lack of employment, lack of secondary education, healthcare. And I asked Chris about it. He said, well, you do whatever it takes. He was doing a lot of arduous, I'll say yard work, but he said now it's more like clearing fields, moving lumber and miscellaneous stuff from one place to the dump. He worked hard. He was tired. When we say service projects and retreats, it's not a vacation. I really am proud of the guys, and I'm very happy that the sponsors in this tournament
Such a great eye-opening experience to get out there and lend a hand and see that there's a lot more to the world than our little world here in Washington, D.C. area.
That's right. It's, charity is great, but charitable works complement charity.
And our good sponsors help make that happen.
Yeah, Subway. Think fresh.
Think fresh. I know my son thinks fresh once or twice a week.
Well,
The Subway right around the corner here.
perfect settings. A great caterer here in the area proudly supports the DC Classic. Applied Management Corporation supports this great tournament. The Italian Store, one of my favorites there at Lee Highway in Arlington, Virginia. Not quite, well, let me rephrase. The Italian Store, as good as Arthur Avenue in the Bronx from where our team, the St. Raymond Ravens, hail. And let me also mention, finally, Evermore Farm out there in Luray, Virginia. Thank you, Evermore Farm, for your support. Well, we had a good first half. Maybe we can summarize it for our audience. I mean, it was a pretty balanced offensive attack by the Falcons. Like not unlike a lot of high school basketball games, good transition baskets when necessary on turnovers. But I think they were patient on offense. They got some good looks inside. Had made some. Chris French had a couple of really nice long three-pointers. I think that's going to be absolutely important in the second half. Again, the Ravens are pretty big inside. They're playing man-to-man. And a little bit surprising to me that the Falcons have been able to hand it on the offensive side.
Yeah, you called it around. The Falcons a little more patient and a little better about their shot selection on offense, and therefore a higher shooting percentage. The Ravens came out early on and were just content to launch threes from downtown that were just clanking anywhere but in the net. I think they ended up 1 for 10 from downtown in that first half without looking it up. That's just by my top of the head.
It felt like 1 for 10.
But the Ravens a little bit more physical, getting a few more offensive rebounds and getting some points in transition. And when they did go to the paint and drive and dish, that's when the baskets started coming. And they, were down early on, but came back and we got us a tie ball game at the half.
Right. I don't think the Falcons' defense was bad. I mean, they were packed in that zone. They were committed to it. I think it was very effective against the jump shots. I think it's just, say, Ravens had a little speed, especially the baseline cuts, and then the dribble drive sort of from the top. I think if the Ravens start hitting the outside shot at a little better percentage, they could always have the inside game. But I think if they start hitting the outside shot, Falcons may be in trouble on the defensive end. Now, let me give Falcons some compliments for breaking the 2-2-1 press on 3 or 4 occasions. That was just, I'll say, totally ineffective by the Ravens, and even detrimental because it led to easy transition baskets.
And it makes them drop out of the press, and we haven't seen as much of it because once they start breaking, it ends up in nice transition baskets, and you can't stick with it if you're not getting the turnovers off of it.
I give the coach, Dave Creedle, credit for the Falcons to have his kids prepared for a tough press from a team they probably never played before this early in the season. It was an effective press. It was, I call a heady press. They were thinking. They weren't panicking. It's a sign of a well-coached team when the kids can come out and execute with that much efficiency.
And they're moving without the ball, getting open, and they're passing the ball, get it up court. They're not relying on one speedy point guard to razzle-dazzle on a dribble and get the ball across the halfway line.
Well, I want to give Coach Lopez some credit for the Ravens. We said this a few times, but to recognize his guys were not shooting the ball well and then to adjust his attack mentality. In fact, at one of the free throws in the first period, I believe it was 2-shot foul. The shooter for the Ravens was alone on the free throw line. The other 4 players were talking to Coach Lopez. Very smart. I used to do that when I was coach at CYO. Get your kids together when you have a free time. Talk to them, especially your point guard. But
right.
So I think both coaches are doing very well. All the players seem to be doing well. The only criticism I think I can find is the Ravens a little bit on the defensive rebounding. They gave up, I don't have the numbers, but at least 4-6, maybe as much as 8 offensive points off offensive rebounds.
Yeah, and if that continues in the second half, that is a recipe for disaster.
Well, especially in a tight game like this. It's tied up. I don't see either team with a great advantage, unlike our first 3 games today, where by halftime it was a 15, 20-point lead for one team that just was simply overwhelming the other team. In fact, let me give you those scores from our earlier games here at the D.C. Classic. Bishop Lofton from New York City prevailed over St. Andrews here in Maryland, 57-40. Gonzaga defeated nearby school Mount Carmel, 84-49. Roman Catholic, the defending DC Classic champions, defeated local school Calvin Coolidge, 90-41. And as we're getting ready to start the second half, it is 28-28. The St. Raymond Ravens from the Bronx tied with good Counsel Falcons from Olney, Maryland.
Shaping up to be a good closer to our first night of the Classic run.
And please join us over the weekend at this very internet site. We start at the same time tomorrow, around 3:15. The teams advance. We'll have 4 games tomorrow and then 4 games from Bender Arena on the campus of American University on Sunday. The finals are at 6:45, I believe. I'll check that for our audience. No one wants to miss that. The final is indeed at 6:45.
That's my alma mater, American University. Go Eagles, just like the Gonzaga Eagles. All right, well, second half, Falcons are going to have to continue to be patient in offense and make good shot selection, and the Ravens are going to have to attack the basket.
If you're just joining us, St. Raymond Ravens are in blue, moving left to right across the stream. The good Counsel Falcons are in the white, moving right to left. Wow, that was a tough pick by Brian Adams.
Offensive foul.
You know, I know a guy who plays on a Alexandria City rec league known as the Troglodytes, who's known to set quite hard picks, sometimes like this, not necessarily legal.
But yeah, I know that man well myself, and I believe he's sitting to my left.
Yeah, I think you may still have some bruises from the last league game we played, Scott. Or pickup game, pardon me. Chris French, top of the key, nothing but net.
3 for 3 from downtown.
Wow, that's a great-looking shot. I think, you know, they're going to have to get in his face because he's getting wide-open looks, and his range is not a problem for Mr. French.
And he's being smart about it. He's not pulling that trigger unless he's got a clean look.
Isaiah, good look inside. Tough lay-in. Doesn't go for the Ravens. Good transition. Cam Norman off. Big jumper.
Another 3.
By James Valley. Valley.
On a 6-0 run to start second half here, Ron.
And a smart timeout by the Ravens. It's a tight game. You don't want it to go away. It wasn't necessarily bad defense, but the Ravens got to wake up. They got to man up and get in these guys' faces because they're shooting the threes.
I mean, it's a 6-0 run. Really, though, it's just 2 shots from several feet beyond the arc. Not much you're going to do about that, Ron.
And, you know, I don't think it's bad defense, but you have to make the adjustment right now and make sure you're contesting it, whether it's a hand in the face or just get right up in his chest, because they proved they can make it.
You got it. Yeah, you got to show them something and get them thinking.
So to start the half, it's 6:49 left in the third period. It was 28-28, but courtesy of the Falcons' Chris French and Mr. Valley, they've scored 2 quick.
You know, you mentioned the Troglodytes. That could easily be substituted with Dorsett and Joranson.
Indeed. Long 3 comes up short. Isaiah Washington, reminiscent of the start of the game, right? Missing a long 3. Oh, French
thinking about it.
Valley thought about it and went with it.
3.
Pushing it up. Nice three put up. That's Isaiah Washington. He's 1 for 2.
A little bit of an answer. He's hit the only three-pointer of the first half for the Ravens.
Norman dribbling hard to the basket. And Valley coming in hard with the offensive rebound. I mentioned that at halftime.
Attacking that rim.
Wow. Got to give Cam Norman credit. He took that from half court, saw a seam like an NFL running back, and went right to the secondary.
Sliced right through.
Valley with a good offensive rebound, earns the 2 free throws from the line, makes the first. 6:02 left here in the third period. Welcome to the 27th annual Gonzaga DC Classic here in the nation's capital on the campus of Gonzaga College High School in Washington, D.C. Good Counsel Falcons stretch their lead to 5, courtesy of James Valley's free throws. Falcons in their zone defense. Inside-out game. Let's see if the Ravens settle for 3 or
Washington
dribble drive.
wants to go to the rim.
Oh,
nice teardrop move.
It was really Isaiah's sweet kiss off the glass. Cam Norman back. In and out.
Another offensive rebound.
There's
for the
Valley.
Falcons. And another.
Unofficially, that's 3 or 4 in the first 2.5 minutes of the third period.
Valley has come out a man on fire under the rim on offense.
Mr. Inside and Outside. He's hitting the threes and he's going down low, doing the dirty work, earning his free throws. Hits the first. Pushes the lead to 4 for his Falcons. 5:32 left, third period. All right, Scott, what do you do defensively if you're the Falcons? Next trip up the court.
I think you got to defend the paint, and I know the Ravens have hit their second 3 of the game, but that's again 2 for 10, 2 for 11. I think you just got to clog the middle and keep them out of the paint.
Silverio, dribble drive off to Washington. He misses that one.
There it is. He's throwing up the 18-footer, and it's rimming out, Ron.
Valley picking up that foul. A little aggressiveness on the defensive board. Wide open shot. Omar Silverio couldn't convert, leads to transition. Oh, great block by Jefford.
He just hadn't established himself inbounds.
I'm sorry, that's Sidney Wilson on that block. Norman went coast to coast. Great defensive effort by Sidney Wilson. Chris French for the inbound. Oh, he was looking cross court to Valley. Instead settles for Norman. French on the right side. He's got Valley open here on the left. Let's see what happens. There he comes to Valley.
Nice jab step.
Good looking shot, just missed. Here's Sidney Wilson taking it himself. Isaiah Washington. Oh! Going baseline. Great help.
Too many steps there, Ron.
NBA it's not. Oh, I'm sorry. This is high school. Hey, let me...
These guys got to know they're not in the NBA. You can't pack your bags, hop on the bus.
Hey, I appreciate Valley's effort on that last play, coming over with the block. Gettings up high, right side. Norman, dribble drive, off the glass!
Norman in with the nice touch off the glass, high off the glass.
Up top, moving the ball. Going down low. Oh, great defense by Gettings. Here's Norman. Great look to Baylor.
Slam it home, big man.
Tyler Baylor with the finish. Wow.
Boom, pow. There was no question about that one, Ron.
With that jam, it's a 9-point lead for the Good Counsel Falcons with 4:02 left in the third period. Thank you for joining us for the 27th annual DC Classic Basketball Tournament on the campus of Gonzaga College High School in Washington, D.C., where great basketball supports good works.
Ravens need an answer here to not let the momentum get out of control for the Falcons.
They're not doing it on either end of the court, huh, Scott?
They need to attack the basket. They're too content to take these outside shots.
Falcons stretching that zone, getting the tip pass. I would expect the Ravens to dribble drive here. They can't afford missing another three.
They need to get in and make them contest.
Watson back to Isaiah Washington. Good pick on the high side. Kick out. Way off. Exactly what I didn't think they should do. Force
another
a three.
Shot from downtown. Although that's credit the Falcons with good defense. Washington tried to penetrate on the dribble and just there was nowhere to go.
3:29 left, third period. Falcons on the offensive and defensive end of the court really imposing their will. They're up by 9. They have possession. Falcons are in white, moving right to left across your screen. St. Raymond Ravens in the blue, moving left to right. Gettings down low. Tyler Baylor.
Oh, it's an offensive.
A little too aggressive there. Good defense, good position by Claudio Nemzi. Taking one for the team, literally. All right, set it up for me, Scott. How do you attack this zone? You're not hitting your threes. Do you change personnel?
I'll tell you what, Washington's been trying to penetrate, but they gotta do some good old give and go, something to get the ball down into the paint. Somebody's got to try to establish themselves.
Little static here. That's a one-on-one. Jeffers.
There it is.
I'm sorry, Sidney Wilson. Nice soft jumper.
Sidney Wilson, last time down, caught the ball about 20 feet away and launched the shot off the rim. This time he takes a couple of dribbles, backs it in, does the turnaround, gets the shot, and one.
Converts. Good for him.
They got to attack the basket.
I was a little disappointed. Maybe the fans can watch it next time that the Falcons weren't really cutting through that zone. It was very stagnant on the offensive end. A good individual move by Sidney, but I want to see more as a team effort. Here's Cam Norman. Good lead. Wow.
Pass and cut. That's what you used to tell our boys when you coach them at CYO at St. Mary's basketball, Ron. Little Danny Troxel, John Jakes.
They were getting it done. That was Gettings, the big guy, filling the lane on the transition, rewarded with a nice pass from Norman and 2 shots from the line. Makes the first.
Gets the shooter's roll on the first one.
Good hands by the big fella, too.
He's a good ball player.
All right. With this little bit of a break as Gettings lines up his second and makes it. Again, I want to see what the Ravens do to attack this tenacious zone. Let's see if there's any movement if you're watching at home. A little better there. Isaiah cut across to receive that pass.
Have really good movement to the strong side.
Nice pick. Isaiah looking for something. Dribble drive, kick out to Trice. I'm sorry, Dallas
Good
Watson.
steal.
Here's Norman. Slows it down a little bit. Chris French
with another open one.
He wasn't going to
push it in transition.
Sidney, a little strong.
The pull up. You got to go to the rim, guys.
An 8-point lead for the good Counsel Falcons. 2:14 left in the 4th of 4 games in the Gonzaga DC Classic this evening. Oh, good no look. Something happened. Apparently there was a timeout called.
Timeout, and Norman's not happy. He had French open for the layup and the assist.
Yeah, I don't know. I did not hear a whistle. So
I'll tell you what, a couple of things. These Ravens, they need to try to penetrate and get that ball into the paint. Barring that, they need to swing it around quicker and catch that zone defense being too far on the strong side. And if you're going to take that outside shot, at least get a good look from the weak side after whipping that ball around.
Yeah, the other thing I think I would do is dribble drive, kick out, but then the receiver of the kick out pass, swing it, weak side. Get some movement.
The weak side, yeah.
I mean, it's a 1-2 punch, maybe a 1-2-3.
Well, it's back to the patience too that we've been seeing from the Falcons. They're 1-2 passes and the ball's up at the rim.
But I think if they reverse the ball on the court, they may get the Falcons a little bit out of position, but at least something to give them a way to attack it. Again, the first period they had really good success on the baseline as well, driving on the baseline. Maybe we'll see that.
Plus, they're a quick team. They need to use some of that quickness and get out in transition.
Oh.
2 good blocks by the Ravens.
Yeah.
Good defense coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, I think Tyler Baylor was looking for another jam. All right, Washington now. A little bit frenetic pace. Nice
there
drive.
It is. Washington penetrating.
Good finish.
Not a
Nice
good
hit.
look.
Good board. That was Nemzi with the offensive board. Here comes Norman. He's got Valley on the left. Can't finish. Norman there on the offensive. James Valley, though, running the court well. A lot of transition opportunities for the Falcons.
He did well just to catch that ball and get a shot off. The alley-oop was a little bit misplaced.
Inbound pass left side. Norman drives out the Valley. He drives easily into the lane. Easy layup, can't hit
a little
it.
dipsy doodle up at the rim.
Oh, goodness.
Good save.
Yeah, that was one of the few times the Ravens had an opportunity to break, and it was a bad pass there by Mr. Trice.
That's what I was starting to say. They need to try to get some fast break going. They're a quick team, and that's one way to beat the zone. Don't let them set up.
Right. It's a very good point. Maybe that's how you attack it with your transition. That means a good rebound, quick outlet, move it down the court.
Get moving. Everybody's got to run.
1:17 left in the third period. Good Counsel Falcons with an 8-point lead and possession. That's Tyler Baylor in and out. Good rebound by Sidney Wilson. Here's the transition we were talking about.
That's how you do it. Oh, and a reach.
Yeah, that was Tyler Baylor, sort of a reach, but I think Sidney had a step on him, Sidney Wilson for the Ravens. He's got to take it to the hole, but that's a good sign by the Ravens. A little light.
It is, pushing that ball up. That's what they're going to do.
It's got to create opportunities, as you said very astutely, Scott, before that good zone can set up. In dribble drive outside, there's Wilson. Good drive, can't convert. That was
shot.
Omar Silverio.
Okay.
Chris French, one-on-one against Sidney Wilson. He challenges him and does
tried
not.
sneaking it in there with the right hand.
Right. Great defense by Sidney. Kept his body away, used those long arms. Nice deflection. I dare say.
He did well not to draw the foul on that play.
I tell you, I'm going to go back to the last century. That was Bill Russell-like, a nice controlled deflection.
That's right.
Don't need a highlight. He almost got the offensive or the defensive board.
For you kids listening out there, Bill Russell played for the Celtics about 100 years ago. One of the greats of the game.
Yeah, at 6'7", 8", maybe 9, he wasn't a big guy, but check it out in the old black and white, reel to reel.
He dominated the sport for a good number of years.
Yeah. So here we are at the Gonzaga DC Classic, 27th annual, 40 seconds left in the third period. Thank you for visiting us on the internet. Thank you for watching our tournament where great basketball support good works. If you'd like to support the tournament this year, please visit the website. Donations are gladly accepted. We have so many great sponsors that help fund this tournament. You know, the Buyer Auto Group.
Go buy a car. Tell them Ron and Trox sent you.
Yeah, or Sheehy, that automotive group. We like them. Subway, Think Fresh, the Barking Dog of Bethesda. The Buchanan family, thank you for your support. PepsiCo here of Washington, D.C. Cushman and Wakefield. All these great companies supporting great basketball that supports good works. Thank you, every one of our sponsors. And hey, if you're in the area, come on out to Gonzaga tomorrow, starting at 3 o'clock for some good basketball, or Sunday, starting at 1 o'clock.
Plenty of good parking here on campus at Gonzaga, thanks to the new underground garage.
Scott, that's a great point. You don't have to worry about parking on the K Street lot. It's free parking. Great basketball. Come support our tournament, please. 35 seconds left. Big shot there by
Washington drains the three.
I mean, he keeps shooting it. All right, Falcons, French in the corner. Boy, you see a lot of pressure defense now. Good turnover. See if they can convert. It's Orocho. Long shot. Comes up short. No, he gets the bounce. Dallas Watson. 3 seconds left. Oh.
We know, Ron, I neglected to mention draining some three-point shots as a way to beat the zone because we just hadn't seen it from these Ravens. But they just hit two quick ones to end the third quarter.
And turning this into a game.
Back to a two-point ball game. The Falcons were up by as many as 9 in the third quarter.
A couple of things. The last few trips down the court, the Ravens picked up the pace, pushing it on the transition from defensive board to the offensive side. A little frenetic. They lost the ball, but here in the last possession as well, defensively, they really put the pressure, forced the turnover, got good transition coming back. But as you said, Isaiah Washington hit a nice three. They hit 2 in the last, 30
Dallas
seconds.
Watson hit the second three.
The young men standing strong. 8 minutes to go in this game. It is the fourth period. Good Counsel. It's been a pretty close game. I think Good Counsel said stretched it to 8 or 9 points in the third with that stellar zone defense and just very methodical offense. Some great three-point shooting by Mr. French. Some solid play by Mr. Baylor and James Valley, inside and out game. They're on the court now for the Falcons.
Falcons came out strong and owned the first part of the third quarter, but Ravens stayed with it. A couple of quick threes at the end of the quarter, and just like that, 2-point ball game as we go into the final segment.
Start of the fourth. Let's see if St. Raymond's really presses this man-to-man. I mentioned how they weren't challenging the threes.
Oh, strong move.
Oh, my gosh. That was fantastic by Tyler Baylor. Went
Baylor
left-handed.
Just asserting himself coming out to start this fourth quarter.
Nice spin, little left hand, and the soft finish off the glass to push the lead to 4 for the Falcons. Silveria off to Darius
Heads
Lee.
up play. Oh, he was just on the line.
So Coach Lopez has changed the lineup a little bit. We've got number 21, Darius Lee, in for the Ravens. Chris Rich
for another three.
A little long on that one. Oh, Gettings with the offensive board.
Just missed. Oh, good hands. Way to go the floor. Falcons winning that 50-50 ball. You go to the floor, you win the ball.
Gettings,
Coach
inside
Averill.
look to Tyler Baylor. Good defense. Here we go. Transition ball. Out ahead, Isaiah Washington, left-handed, takes it strong, and it's fouled. There we go. A good defensive rebound, but the key, quick outlet, transition
Attacking
basketball. Attacking the rim before the zone can get up. I think that may be the key to this, Scott. You called it early. If you can attack it before they set up, at least you're getting a good look. Isaiah hits the first one.
And Valley with a good foul there, not to give him a layup, make him work for it.
They have plenty to give. Neither team in the bonus. Falcons have 16 fouls. The Ravens only 5. 6:58 left in the game. Strong board by number 22, Tyler Baylor. Oh, good cut from the inside. Beautiful. We talked about that in the first half. Attack the wing, from the wing with a cut across. Great hands, great finish by Cam Norman. Well-coached play.
Cam Stormin Norman going at the rim hard again, Ron.
No fear from the guy. All right, it looks like Isaiah Washington may have a little cut, and of course they're very sensitive about that. So it looks like a 30-second timeout. The trainer will come out, tape him up a little bit. 6:50 left in the game, and it's a good one, huh, Scott?
It's a solid. I like it. It's a barn burner here at Carmody.
On the line.
5-point ball game, chance to make it 6.
Cam Norman's shooting 2. 6:50 left in the game.
One, he made the basket.
Oh, he made the first one. Where's that Pepsi I need from our good sponsor at PepsiCo? right. Isaiah Washington coming down. All right, that zone is set up. Watson to the top. To MZ. Back to Washington. Three defensemen blocked his way. Nice.
That's a tough shot right there. That's just good, solid defense.
And good, solid defense by the Ravens. Great look to the right.
Count the basket and one.
Wow. Nemzi, that was developing from half court. Stayed in his lane. Nice bounce pass. Solid finish with the N1. Chance to cut the lead to 3. For number 22, Claudio Nemzi.
Did a nice job going to the basket and also kind of putting his body in the place to try to draw that foul. He knew exactly what he was doing.
All right, the 1-2-2 zone.
Really good hustle by Wilson, sacrificing his body to try to make that steal.
So the Ravens kicking up the pressure. This was not effective at all in the first half, but they're going back to it, realizing, I think Coach Lopez knows, if we can get some tempo, we're going to get some looks offensively. James Valley.
They call an offensive push-off on that?
Or was it a 10-second call? Either way, Ravens cause the turnover.
Down 3 with a chance to either tie it or get down 1 here.
6 minutes left in the game. All right, it looks like a turnover went out of bounds. Intentionally went out of bounds and then circled back in.
Yep, went past the baseline.
So that's a turnover coming good Counsel Falcons way. Let's see if the Ravens set up a press.
Went up into the stands to say hi to one of the fans. Oh, and it's a blocking foul.
Wow. Valley, fearless, took it hard to the bucket. Something to be aware of, Scott. It looked like the Ravens were picking up man-to-man that time down the court. So let's keep an eye on that next time the Falcons come down the court.
See what develops.
Okay.
We got a technical foul being called on the Ravens coach.
Oh, that's got to hurt a little bit. Falcons trying to stretch their 3-point lead. They're up 49-46, 5:55 left. James Valley hits the first of 2 on the technical foul. My spotter tells me, Scott, that the coach was warned about some vociferous behavior and did not heed said warning.
Coach is still a bit hot under the collar over here.
Well, I think now he's earned a little bit of frustration venting. All right.
Valley making him pay. That's 3.
Yeah, 2 for the technical, and I think he had the 2 shots now for the foul. 3 out of 4. 52-46.
In and out. Valley was looking for that 4 for 4.
5:55 left. Falcons will keep possession because of the technical foul. Look to Baylor.
Baylor for 2.
Nice, solid jump shot. Back in the 2-3 zone. The defense.
A 5-point trip down the court that last time.
There we
and
go.
The answer.
Downtown Dallas Watson with a big 3 and a timely 3 to bring his team back within 5.
That was a big-time 3 by Watson after Falcons scoring 5 points on their last offensive trip down between the foul, the technical, and the deuce after receiving the ball from the technical.
Yeah, you got to wonder if they just decided, they shoot the 3. It's part of their offense. Shooter's mentality. I know a shooter. He's calling the game with me. And it's if you miss one, your odds of making the next one go up. Isn't that right, Scott?
I was waiting for this, Ron, and you know what I always say? A shooter's got to shoot. A shooter's got to shoot.
Okay, a.k.a. Rainbow Man.
I could see, though, from the way they started that first half, when they kept shooting the threes, obviously there's something there. They know how to shoot the three-pointer because Coach wouldn't let them keep shooting it.
Yeah,
Just like the troglodytes when they say, keep taking it, Trox.
Well, Trox, I know your theory of the three is if against the zone, if you don't have a good look, just move back 5 feet, and then you'll get a good look.
Exactly. You can always get a good look from way downtown.
Yeah.
That's what the gym time's for, Ron.
Hey, I'm with you there. Just use that pick I set you to get some open looks.
Nothing more fun than run somebody off of Ron Jake's pick, I gotta say.
All right, here we go. Chris French inbounds. Tyler Baylor back to French. Cross court, Nick Eddings, look to Cam Norman. Smart play, pulls it back out.
Norman was thinking about attacking that rim.
That's a 2 by Valley, misses. Big board by Sidney Wilson. Here come the Ravens. Isaiah Washington, spin move. He wants to attack. Never say no. Calls his... Wow, that's on Isaiah himself. A push-off.
Wow, to me, that's a no call right there. It was just solid defense, and Washington trying to draw the foul, throwing up a prayer.
All right, Ravens, full court press. French to inbound. To Norman. He's triple teamed. Finds French in the corner. Good look to Gettings. Immediately gets it to...
And now we're into the fast break. Oh. Tough pass by Baylor. Had a 2-on-1. Opportunity missed.
All right.
Giddings
Valley
open in the middle.
Inbounds. There's Norman. Three-pointer. In and out. Ravens on transition. Watson pulls it up to Washington.
Falcons, good
nice
job
pick.
getting back on D.
Sidney Wilson up top. Back to Washington. Right side. Dallas Watson. A little more patience this time around. Isaiah. Inside to Wilson.
A lot of standing around there.
Oh, good look.
There it is.
Oh, inside play. Wilson to Jefford.
Great pass inside and a strong finish by Jefford. French.
Oh, right back. Oh, great block by Wilson. Transition ball now. Watson hard to the hole. Gets it at one.
Oh, it's a nice turnabout right there. In transition run.
Great block by Sidney Wilson on the defensive end.
Giddings did not get up for the alley-oop on that last play. Caused the turnover. End-to-end. Transition.
Watson, a chance to tie it with 4:13 left. Makes the bucket. We got a real barn burner, Scott.
It's a tie ball game with 4:13 left in the game, Ron.
French to inbound. Gettings on the right side. Big man's not going to dribble it. Now he does. He'll give it up.
Good catch.
To Baylor. Watson takes it strong and gets it in. You beat the press, you get an easy layup. Isaiah Washington now, left side. Back to Watson. Top of the key. That's Nemzi. Gives it back up. Over to Washington. Watson, Nemzi,
Ravens
Washington.
showing a bit more patience.
Big jumper by Washington. Hits the front of the rim. Little impatient there. Plenty of time left on the 30-second shot clock. Leads to transition. Jump ball.
Jump ball on the block shot.
It's Falcons ball on the possession arrow. So let's reset here, Scott. It's 3:32 left. Falcons up by 2. Ravens with the possession arrow in their favor and with the ball.
Ravens got to try for a better shot here. That last shot was from way downtown.
Well, timeout by Coach Lopez. Getting critical here on a Friday night on the campus of Gonzaga College High School in the nation's capital. Welcome to those who may just be tuning in to the Gonzaga DC Classic, the 27th annual tournament where great basketball supports good works. It's 3:26 left. the good Counsel Falcons from nearby Olney, Maryland, with a 1-bucket, 2-point lead over the St. Raymond Ravens from Bronx, New York. We welcome those who are watching our live webcast this evening. If you missed any of the earlier games, Scott, they're available on YouTube, which is great for the fans, maybe a little embarrassing for some of the broadcasters.
No one told me that. I didn't see that in the contract, Ron, when I signed up for this mess.
Yeah, I didn't think you saw the fine print about when payment is due on your contract.
Great, thanks for sharing. I know now all our friends on the Troglodytes are going to be pulling it out and isolating.
Well, I know they're watching. Hey, I want to give a shout-out to George Dorsett, the silver-haired, dead-eye shooter from outside. George is a huge basketball fan. His Syracuse Orangemen, shout-out to them. But George is, he's having some problems, but we're wishing well for you, George. Nothing too serious, but he's been off the court. We miss you, George. Come on. We got to get the pickup games going again.
Get that foot better, and let's play some ball. All right, here we go. 3:25 left.
Isaiah Washington dribbling, trying to attack the zone. There's a little motion. Now we see a screen, a cut through by Washington. Number 1 in the game, Brian Adams for the Falcons. Oh, I think that's Washington in the corner. Takes it out. Watson calling for the ball in the corner. He's not going to get it. Isaiah shoots. A little off balance there.
Another long three. The Ravens are standing around a little bit. They got to get moving.
Yeah, the shot.
Make something happen on offense.
A 2-2-1 press again. Tyler Baylor getting
mugged.
Getting a foul call. Almost came up with it.
Coming the other way.
Wilson shaking up a little bit on that. Slow to get up. He may have got the worst end of that foul.
They had him double teamed. They had him in the trap, but he did the right thing. You get your head down. You step through, and then you pull the ball through, and that's when they get him with the hold on the wrist. Textbook breaking the press.
All right, 2-point lead for the Falcons. Tyler misses the first. Shaking his head a little bit. He's disappointed with that effort. 2:59 left. 3-point lead for the Falcons.
These are big free throws at this point in the game.
Tyler Baylor with his second of 2. Trying to push the lead to 3. Gets the shooter's roll. Isaiah Washington looking at the defense. Falcons been in the zone all night, Scott.
It's been working for him.
Up top, Dallas Watson now gets a good pick from Jeffords. Omar Silverio with the ball now. Over to Washington. Pick there by Brian Adams. I think that's Silverio, comes up short with that 3. Rebound. Turnover, great defense. Isaiah strips the ball.
Good D.
Got numbers. 3, off the heel. Good looking shot, though. I'll give Dallas Watson credit. He had a good look there.
That was a good look. That was a shot worth taking.
2:10 left. Tyler Baylor caught in the corner. Causes the tie-up. Nope.
He tried to call timeout, but didn't get it in time.
So they call. Nope, it's the possession. They keep possession. But the arrow hasn't been flipped. Here it is, a little flip now. So good defense gives the Ravens the possession on the next jump ball. French to inbound. Cross court. Ooh. James Valley with the ball.
2 minutes in the ball game.
To Norman, down low to Tyler Baylor. Gets a double team, misses it.
It's
offensive
a good-looking
rebound.
shot against some tenacious defense.
And Cam Norman, right man at the right place for that easy offensive rebound. Ravens. Not a good foul as that shot clock was winding down.
No, not necessary. Way far away from the rim in no man's land.
Right.
It's not going to do any damage from out there.
All right, let's set the stage. 1:42 left. Good Counsel Falcons with a 3-point lead. Cam Norman on the line shooting 2. Absolute quiet here at Cromartie Center. Makes the first. Pushes the lead to 4. One more coming to Mr. Norman. Five-point lead for the Falcons. Ravens need to execute their offense score here. It doesn't have to be a 3, but they need to score. Timeout by Coach Lopez. He wants to set something up. All right, Scott, you're taking the timeout, Coach. Tell me what you do coming out of this timeout.
I'll tell you, you know what, with the 5-point ball game, they got to come out with a set play to try to get something to the basket, get in the paint, and get a quick shot off.
Okay, you know they're in the 2-3. Do you look for a high pick, have Jeffords, or maybe Wilson set high picks on the top of that 2-3 to sort of free some space for a jumper?
A high pick with a roll and get Washington to take it to the rim, but they got to get a couple of guys crashing the lane. He hasn't had the cutters. The last couple of times he's done that, he's had to throw up the prayer, and it hasn't worked out for him. He drew the offensive foul on the last try on that.
Okay, 24 seconds on the shot clock.
And if they can spot a guy up and he kicks it out, they try it. I mean, they've been hitting some threes this second half.
Right. The Ravens are in the single bonus. The Falcons have the benefit of the double bonus.
I'm getting the sense the Ravens are a little bit surprised to be down 5 at this point in the game.
1:33 left, 20 seconds on the shot clock. We'll call it down if it gets close. A lot of motion, like you called, Scott. Down low. Oh,
good defense.
Great steal by French. And here comes Norman. Lays it in.
Dagger.
61-54. Great over-the-top steal by Chris French.
And getting that ball out in transition, Norman just darting down the
High
lane.
pick by Wilson. Off to Watson. Left side. Good ball movement. Watson. No, that was Washington for 3. 55 seconds left. Falcons with possession, down by 4. Not a bad foul.
Now that's a good one. If you're going to do it, get it early.
Dallas Watson, they're in the double bonus, but the clock's your enemy now. Maybe go 2 for 3. Now you got to rely probably on the 3. You're down by 4.
Norman's been pretty good from the line. He's been solid.
Quiet here, Kamadi, first of 2. Makes it.
He manages to thwart the announcer's jinx when I said he's been solid from the line. Normally you get a miss after something like that, Ron.
Now you
happens to my teams all the time.
You expected to make. TV. Now he's going to miss this one because of you, Scott. 62-57. He makes it both despite Mr. Troxell's commentary.
What could possibly go wrong?
Down by 6, 45 seconds left. Timeout by Coach Lopez. All right, it's 6 points. That's 2 possessions if you hit the 3, Scott. We saw that there was a lot of motion by Coach Lopez Ravens after the last timeout. Unfortunately, great defensive play by Chris French. They're going to have to shoot quickly.
I think you try the inside-out game again. You try to get it down into the post, whether that's on a dribble drive or a pass in to Wilson, and then kick it out to somebody spotting up for that tray. Get him back within 3.
Right. I would expect Watson or Washington to take that 3. We'll see who the third guard is. Likely to be Brian Adams. Down low, I expect Lydell Jefford and Sidney Wilson. I would expect, if it's me, I'm Coach Lopez, I'm trying to get the ball to Wilson down low to get a quick 2, maybe a foul, and stopping the clock, maybe an and 1. I know there's only 45 seconds left. You're down by 6 points, and 2 doesn't help you, but they just need to get some points right now.
But I just haven't seen that quick 2 be there for Wilson. They're packing the paint, the Falcons.
All right, let me say this. We have Wilson, Washington, Watson, Adams, but then number 20 is in, Omar Silvera. So he's definitely a 3 because Omar's a better outside shooter than Jefford. Here we go. You'll see a 3 go up quickly. There it is. In and out. He gets his own rebound. It's another 3. That's off. Good
French
board
with the
by
rebound.
two-handed board by Chris French.
And protecting that ball when he came down with it. Well, they got a good look at the three.
Well, Coach
And a
Wilson-
second one thanks to the foul on his shot.
Right, so he's keeping in Omar Silverio, took out Lydell Jefford. He's going with the shooter, not the rebounder. Understandable when you're down by 6, maybe more. Chris French at the line, 31 seconds left in this game. Falcons up by 6. French makes the first. 7-point Falcons lead.
These free throws could put the lid on this game, Ron.
He misses it. Rebound. Here comes Isaiah Washington. You know he's going to shoot the 3. Wilson back to Washington. Jump step out. Looks good. Misses. Washington with the body foul.
He's going hard. He was following his shot. He got there in defense to make the foul.
Well, don't want to prejudge, but with 20 seconds left, down by 7. Part of the story of the game is the Ravens not being able to score with the outside shot against a very stodgy Falcons 2-3 zone. Solid free throw by Tyler Baylor to push the lead to 8. 65-57, 20 seconds left in the game. Nice rotation, good shot.
That makes it 3 threes to tie the game, Ron.
Silverio hits one. Omar with a big 3. Cuts the lead to 6 with 13 seconds left.
That was a clutch three-pointer right there, keeping this thing alive.
Well, good coaching.
2-possession game right now with a chance to go back to the 3-possession game with a made free throw.
Well, good coaching by Coach Lopez. He put in his shooter, and Omar delivered. Clutch shot at a clutch time. Maybe a little too late, though. 13 seconds left. First shot is good.
Clutch free throw.
Back to a 7-point lead. 13
Cam
seconds
Norman
left.
has had a solid basketball game tonight.
Inside and out, dribbling, commanding the offense from his point guard position. Misses that one. Wilson the rebound. He'll shoot it. It's a 3. Just missed off the rim. Rebound, stolen. Silverio. He gets
Oh,
it.
he fouled him on the...
Oh!
What? Yep.
Wow.
Oh, he put the foot out.
That's the Reggie Miller call.
Reggie Miller.
Kicking the defensive player. I don't think I could do that if I tried, so...
I know a guy, Jack Troxel, who does this in my backyard.
All right, Scott. That wraps up the final game. Closer, perhaps, than the score reveals. Good Counsel Falcons over the St. Raymond Ravens. A disappointing loss for the Ravens from the Bronx. 67-60 here in our final game.
Outstanding basketball game tonight, Ron. A pleasure working with you.
As always, Scott, I learned a little bit from you and your astute analysis. It's been a good, solid opening day of our tournament. I want to invite everyone in the area to come out here to I Street, couple 3 blocks from the Union Station Metro, so no problem getting here. If you want to drive, we have free parking, brand new parking under the football field. And if you can't, well, tune back into the internet. Thank everyone out there on the internet. Doing great.
We truly had some great basketball, supporting good works tonight. Thanks, everyone, for watching.
Good night. Drive safely. Bye-bye. It was.